People ate laundry detergent. People blindfolded themselves while driving. People nearly collapsed trying to inhale spices for entertainment. Did you guess what these would be? Yes, the dumb viral trends of yesterday.
This is the Welcome Distraction Podcast with the Kemp Brothers. Their immature stories, thoughts, and opinions are their own and should be taken with the same level of seriousness as a drunk uncle's late-night conspiracy theory. They are not responsible for any brain cells lost, friendships ruined, or questionable life choices made under their influence. Now buckle up, buttercups.
We really handed the entire planet high-speed internet and unlimited information. And within like 6 years, people were eating detergent, laying face down on Taco Bell counters, and filming themselves coughing up cinnamon like Victorian-era plague patients. This time on the Welcome Distraction with the Kemp Brothers, I'll be your main host, Brett, joined as always by brothers Christopher and Nicholas. So, imagine explaining the internet to someone from the 1800s. So, basically all human knowledge is available instantly. Amazing. What do people do with it? Mostly embarrass themselves publicly at record speed. Yes, so the viral trends of yesterday. You know, some of these are just weeks old to years old, but I'm willing to bet that we did most, if not all of these in some form or fashion, if not at least laughing at them along the way, right?
Very true.
So, first up, how about a trend where something looks so edible, delicious, you couldn't help but to put it in your mouth, right? What would you think that would be? How about laundry detergent? A Tide Pod.
No brainer there.
Commonly referred to as the Tide Pod Challenge. Humanity looked brightly at colored laundry poison and collectively said, kinda looks pretty yummy. Yeah, you guys remember this?
Well, what began as a social media joke is leading to some serious concerns from doctors tonight. It involves teenagers appearing to eat laundry detergent pods and posting the pictures on social media. Photos showed the pods being used as pizza toppings or a bowl of them mixed with bleach for breakfast.
Yeah. Who was the first one to do that? That's just insane. You know, I get it. They are packaged nice and neatly, and they look like they just ready to be swirled. But who was like,
I'll do it. Do you think people looked at them and like, oh, Tide versus Gain? I'm going to go with a lime and an orange.
Yeah.
It did look pretty yummy. I mean, I'll give them that much. I kind of just, but yeah, who the hell was like, you know what?
swallowing it?
Not only am I going to eat this thing, I'm going to film it. I'm going to put it out there and call it a Tide Pod Challenge. I
Yeah.
remember reading that and seeing people doing it, and it was like an epidemic. People were doing it all over the place. Like, people were dying, choking on these damn shits.
Yes. Yeah. And if people have not heard of this, like, go back, do a light Google, and you'll see it. It was popular enough to where they had to come out and make new videos and instructions saying, do not eat these. I think a lot of it was during COVID, too. You know, people were just doing dumb shit because we were
What if
bored.
you got like a stain on your tongue, though? You know, you just really gotta get it off.
Good to go.
Gotta get that, ink stain from eating my pen earlier for the other challenge.
I wonder if any of our viewers have ever done it.
Well, it's okay. You can let us know if you have. So that one, I remember it was worldwide, and it's still, I hear jokes about that one too. Where people would just put laundry detergent in.
Do you think at some point they were like, hey, any news is good news, publicity, all that kind of stuff? At some point they're like, oh, hey, people are dying on tides.
I wonder if we lost anyone that would have been our viewers.
Well,
Never know.
Maybe. They're eating Gain pods.
yeah. How about maybe you go for a job interview or something now, and they're just like looking back at your profile because internet's forever, right? That's
No,
why
that's
we're
right.
doing this right now.
Written in pen.
And they're like, "Hey, Bob, you got a hell of a resume right there. It looks good. But just afraid I can't trust you around the laundry detergent because
Yeah.
we've got videos of you eating the shit."
Yeah. We were on board until we got the Tide.
Yeah, we heard you
Yeah.
lost the Tide Pod Challenge.
Yeah, I don't think there were really any winners there. So
Mm-mm.
yeah, all right. How about
What else?
planking?
Dumb.
Everybody was doing this.
Dumb.
This one could maybe be perceived as a somewhat of an athletic challenge.
Right.
Planking. They were doing it everywhere, right?
Yeah.
If you could, no, I wouldn't even say if you could find a spot to plank, because people were finding creative ways to plank on absolutely anything and everything.
And then, like anything on the internet, they had to one up each other, and they were doing it like in traffic, in the middle of roads, and things of that nature. And again, guidance was issued: stop planking in dangerous places. People probably fell off, whatever,
Yeah.
maybe
doing it
buildings
on the
and
edge
shit
of
like that.
like skyscrapers. And
Yep, people were just pretending to be unconscious in the most random places, both safe, unorthodox, and dangerous as hell. And I think probably it was the more dangerous, the more awesome the content could potentially be.
Yeah.
And then there's a news story of somebody planking on I-95.
this is gonna be killer.
Planking too.
Too soon?
Yeah, just blanked the shit out of me. Wait, what? Oh, no. Okay, how about one that was all over the place at any given moment, usually with a crowd of people around,
Right.
and all of a sudden this song would break out, and you would have the Harlem Shake videos.
Con los terroristas.
Then do the Harlem Shake. Then do the Harlem Shake. Then do the Harlem Shake. Then do the Harlem Shake.
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
this was the event where everybody looked like what happens when a substitute teacher completely loses control of a classroom. And they would just do the most asinine thing. So it would be a camera zoomed out usually, and you'd have, I don't know, anywhere from 5 to 30 people in this shot, and everybody would pretty much just grab whatever was around them or they brought into the room for this little shoot, depending on how ridiculous you wanted to be, and they would just start doing their little
crazy stuff. Yeah.
everything.
And again, I think it was at first, probably just sitting still, normal stuff. And then they do crazy stuff. And then more props got involved. And then, of course, when the cut scene they would just be insane. I remember a lot of sports teams started doing it.
Yeah,
Miami
I was
Heat.
going to say that.
Miami Heat was one of them. And they'd cut and then they'd have costumes on and Mario outfits and all kinds of
Dwayne
other
Wade
crazy
doing
stuff.
it.
There always seemed to be one person wearing that horse mask in every video.
Yeah. Yeah, they were definitely, again, they would just get crazier and crazier and crazier until you're like, okay, we get it.
I remember it being so crazy, but like you said, all the sports teams started doing it, so everybody had to have one, and they had to one up the other teams and other professions and take it to the next level. But it just outplayed itself, It jumped the shark, as they like to say. But it got pretty ridiculous. So that one kind of burned out. It lasted pretty good, but once it disappeared, it was just like gone.
Yeah.
I think I saw somewhere recently people were trying to bring that shit back, but
No, let it go.
oh, Lord.
It's in the past.
Yeah,
Let's leave it there.
See, at the beginning, it was funny. It was fun.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't putting dangerous shit in your mouth, and you weren't putting your life on the line. And there was always that buildup, because it would start out slow, and they're just standing there,
Like,
and
what are they
you're
gonna
interested. Like, okay,
do?
how crazy is this gonna get? So it was fun to watch for a little bit, but it burned out pretty quick.
You weren't necessarily expecting it. You were just like, oh, is this going to be one of them Harlem Shake videos?
You'd hear the
There they
music.
go. There they go. Okay, next. Yeah. So this one, I still think it's funny. It's entertaining, And I brought it as a prop, and I thought about doing it here. on this episode.
Do it.
And that was the cinnamon challenge. So this was a very simplistic one, which I kind of like the simplicity of it, because it was just taking a spice, you put a huge spoonful of it in your mouth, and then you try to swallow it. And inevitably, your human reaction will not let this happen.
All right, here you go.
I don't remember ever seeing a successful one.
We're gonna
Probably
see it
be some
today,
kind of
right now.
psycho.
You can do it, Brett.
If I wouldn't completely cover all this equipment in cinnamon, I would do it.
You definitely would. I've seen a couple people do it.
Yeah, you got it. They just didn't do it right. You're good, Brad. Just do it.
Come on.
Forever have cinnamon in your
Yeah.
microphone.
What do you got to lose?
Yeah, and the
Come on.
principle behind it, people, even now, it's been some time since the cinnamon challenge happened. So there's probably, some new people to the game that would be like, that is simple. I can do it. But, when that much cinnamon actually goes down your throat and you haven't cheated or anything, you're just going to take a normal, gulp of it without having, water in your mouth or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Your throat can't handle that. It dries up instantly, and then you're like,
And then a cloud of smoke.
And what some people don't know is cinnamon is flammable. Have you ever seen
What?
those videos?
Let me read his label. Who's this say?
I think we got a new trend going. The
Is there a
cinnamon
warning
fire
on this thing?
challenge.
You never seen the ones where like catch fire? Like they're
Where
doing
were they
it
doing
flame?
that cinnamon challenge? Hey, we're out camping. I got this roaring fire going.
There's
Hey,
a whole
cinnamon
nother
challenge.
element to this.
I don't see a warning may burst into flames, spontaneous combustion, but I guess we'll have to take it to the next level.
Cinnamon is highly flammable.
It was funny because it wasn't like you would just do it and be done with it. It was like you were going to pay for it for like the
We're
next
bringing it
15,
back.
20 minutes because you couldn't breathe. You're coughing up a lung and just, it wasn't just like, okay, that was cool. Let me drink something. You were going to pay
Right.
for that one.
Google search: cinnamon is highly flammable, and when expelled from the mouth during a challenge,
Really?
it can ignite if it comes into contact with an open flame, such as a lighter or candle.
Well, that's crazy.
I guess I know how I'm blowing out my next candle. Hey, let me blow out this candle. Spoonful of cinnamon.
That is a very irresponsible, great idea.
Ugh.
Make sure you're recording.
Okay, do you guys remember the movie? It was when Netflix was starting to have its own movie content, and this was huge. It had Sandra Bullock in it, and it was called Bird Box.
Oh yeah, I remember.
It was kind of a crazy concept of like this futuristic movie, dystopian, I believe they try to call these things. The whole premise behind the movie was there was a crazy like visual. You couldn't look at whatever this entity thing in the movie
Right,
was because if you
right.
did, it would just take over and you basically like walk to your death or something, and it was the end of you. So you could not look at it. You had to stay in your own environment, black out all the windows, black out all the car windows and shit. So what did that initiate, I guess? What did that the
Lead to?
word
Doing
here?
dumb blind shit.
What did that inspire? It inspired people, yes, to do dumb shit. But it was crazy because people are doing stuff like, I'm going to drive my car completely blacked out. I'm going to blindfold myself and do whatever it was. So they were bird boxing. Yeah, nothing says intelligence like watching survival movie and immediately trying the dangerous part out yourself. Yeah, like, hey, everybody dies in this movie when this happens. I have to do that.
It's
I
going to
should
do it in
call
real
it
life.
right now.
Bird boxing. Mm-hmm.
That's
All
ridiculous.
right, everybody remembers this one. The Ice Bucket Challenge. Ice Bucket Challenge. So
That one
the
got
premise
so
behind this-
overplayed.
Yeah. It was a fundraiser, I think, for like ALS.
ALS, yeah.
Who comes up with that shit?
And,
What's the correlation there? I don't
So
understand.
I remember reading the articles that huge amounts of money were raised because of this challenge.
Mhm.
But if everybody who actually pledged that they would have done it, we would have cured that shit. But because
That's
there were
true.
so many
That's
people, they
true.
weren't all doing it. Everybody wanted to nominate somebody else. They weren't actually doing like their $10 pledge that they should have. If you didn't do it, you were probably the minority of this because
Right.
so many people did it, which created so many hilarious videos, not just for the awe factor of, oh my gosh, cold water dumped on you, but inevitably it went horribly wrong in so many different scenarios where huge amounts of buckets of water are dropped on people.
I'm Robbie. You're 24. Oh!
I got her.
Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to bet more than one person died doing the
Yep.
Ice Bucket Challenge
That's
because of some
We're going to
ridiculous
have to look
way
it up.
They did broke their neck. I just don't understand. Like, were they sitting there one day, like, man, we need to raise some money for this. What can we
You know
do?
what?
Hey, dump a
Yeah.
bucket of ice water on me. Like,
You're
who
on to
comes up
something,
with this shit?
buddy. You know what? And then we'll cure a disease because we
Oh.
poured ice on you.
And then every middle-aged Facebook dad nominated everybody they ever went to high school with and completely ruined.
Yeah, I haven't heard from you in ever. Hey, you pour ice on yourself for me?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
nominated you. You got to
If
do
you
it.
don't
What
do
do you
this,
hate?
you're going to hell.
Yeah, you hate people with diseases? What are you doing?
And there was no rules to the nominating. It was just like, yeah, wide open. Hey, I'm going to nominate 20 people, but
I'm
you
going to
gotta do it.
nominate Joe Bob.
you got to do it. It's like
He's
those memes.
94. I'm going to nominate Betsy. She's 3.
Yeah, it's like there's just no rules with it. You know, like where people post the memes. Hey, send this to somebody. If they don't see it within 3 minutes, they got to buy you a gun.
And the ring. I remember everybody was doing that shit. That was a dumb trend, too. Yep.
Yeah,
I
like
thought you say
no,
like the ring girl. You die in 7 days if you don't forward this chain letter.
Yeah,
You got to.
no. Oh, you nominated me? Unfriend.
How about this was kind of more than this was. I guess a lot of people were doing it, but it was more of the elite people, and it was kind of for us, blue collar spectators
Yeah.
to watch the NFT mania. So this
Ooh.
was when the digital form of collectibles became very popular very quick. It's probably in the same world as cryptocurrency, except it was like you would design a piece of artwork and it would live in digital format. And all of a sudden, there were ones that were like the gorillas and monkeys that became super popular. I remember Steph Curry.
Stephen Curry, yep.
Steph Curry. He bought one. I remember he bought one, and it was some astronomical amount, hundreds of thousands of dollars at least, to own this little NFT collectible, a digital version of this. It lived in an NFT wallet, and for some crazy reason, some of them that took absolutely no effort were worth millions, and people were paying so much left and right. It was like a status symbol. People just decided they needed to own this. They jumped in on this trend.
Yeah.
And then, like, overnight, it was just gone. Like,
Yeah.
what was that about?
The Paul brothers, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, they got in on that. I know they're big into Pokemon. But yeah, some of the ones they bought for hundreds of thousands, if not millions, worth like $700 now. Something crazy like that. Insane. Insane. We'll have to look that up as well.
Supply and demand, I guess, right?
NFT. Don't you have some, Brett?
Well,
let's
But
place
yeah, I
my
think I bought
digital
some,
wallet.
I bought some sports ones. I think they're worth $10 now. They're worth a nickel. Okay, back to stupid people doing stupid things.
Yeah.
Hey, but we did this one too. At least I know me and Nicholas did. The gallon milk chug challenge.
Have you heard of this gallon of milk challenge before? Here's the idea. So you or, whoever tries to drink a gallon of milk and hold it down for an hour without puking. It sounds, well, unnecessary is a word, right? I mean, it's called a challenge, but I don't think you win anything.
This one was funny because it was kind of in that same realm as the cinnamon challenge. Like, I can do that. I mean, like, milk's not my favorite, but I can do it. And I just pace myself, drink it. I think you're supposed to drink it like, what, an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the challenge.
As they say, nothing humbles a man faster than confidently saying, I could definitely drink a gallon of milk. And then 14 minutes later, sitting shirtless in the backyard, fighting for his life while his friends record vertically. Yeah, that's definitely what happened. And we all got to see it and laugh.
Yeah.
So I did this. I was still in the Air Force.
Is there some footage?
And,
Me too.
I wish we had recorded it. It was funny because we had just decided, hey, tomorrow, remember that thing we were talking about? We're going to do it. All right. Everybody bring your gallon of milk in. I bought a couple extra gallons, and there was like 8 of us. And there was girls too, brought their milk in. And we went out to the smoke pit area where everybody would hang out. Even if you didn't smoke, you just hung out in that area outside the building. And we went out there. It was like after the morning meeting. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's like, all right, we got nothing else going on right now. Get out your gallon of milk. Everybody gets out their gallon of milk. And they're like, I'm going to get through this and no problem. Hey, clock's ticking. Oh my gosh. Then I remember being like 10 minutes later and you're like, who poured theirs back into mine? You're like, it felt like you had got nothing drank out of this gallon. And then like 30 minutes later, you're like halfway through it, maybe. And you're like, I remember it was like, there was people like, I can do this. Still do this. And at like the 45-minute mark, people were just like, I'm out. And you look over, they're on the hillside. Cold milk is just pouring out. And I remember that sensation. Cold milk is it's still like it didn't even warm up in your belly yet. You're just like, and it was like sweet relief to throw up and get all that milk out because it was just another one like the cinnamon. It was physically impossible. I don't know of anybody that completed it.
And if you did, you're probably huge and you normally drink a gallon. But yeah, that's what I heard, that it's physically impossible because the milk gets in there. It's so much, it starts to curdle in your stomach. And pretty much your body rejects it. And
I don't need your science
fashion.
Do this. Nicholas,
you do it, Nicholas? How'd it go?
Yeah, so I too was in the Air Force when I did it.
What?
I was stationed over in Portugal.
That's all you guys do in the Air Force.
Thankfully, there were cameras.
He said, "What'd you do in the Air Force?" We just puke up milk. Couldn't drink it.
I was a professional milk drinker. We decided it would be a good idea to do it during softball open league night. So we played. Like I said, we were on an island and we had nothing better to do. And then Friday it was just everybody come. If you show up, we'll split up in teams and play. Somebody got the idea. I was like, hey, everybody show up with a gallon of milk.
In the middle of like you were going to play softball and do it?
Yes.
Even better.
And so like we would always start out. Usually everybody's bringing
So the game is going on and you're
like
drinking.
No beer, milk.
Hey guys, stay hydrated.
So we get there. Everybody's got their gallons. There had to have been at least 15 of us that went and got a gallon of milk. So we show up and we separate in teams. I'm like, all right, let's get this started. Cranking back. And just like you said, bro, like you you get through it, and maybe 20 minutes goes by, and you're like, oh my God, I'm not even halfway done. And the next thing you know, there's like nobody on the softball field. Everybody's off like in the dugout, behind the dugout.
The hell did I just step in over here?
Yeah. It's all white and milky.
Well, moving on. So this one was more of a collectible, but it became kind of a trend because there was just so many people. Fidget spinners. People were obsessed with them. Society spent about 6 months pretending spinning plastic was groundbreaking technology. I mean, they're pretty cool. I don't care. I still like them. Every gas station checkout looked like a low-budget convention full of fidget spinners. Everybody had them on their desk. They had them anywhere and everywhere. People started, I just need to play with them because fidgets and make me feel better.
It just shows how easily entertained human beings in general can be. Like,
it's one of those things you're like, oh God, why didn't I think of that? I could have invented that.
We had like 20 of them out on the coffee table one time.
Yeah.
We're like,
we're spinning them all.
And we're like, oh, this one right here. This is like always wins. Always wins. It's really good. Hey, look at how it's going.
That one's ranked in number 1.
Whoever designed these bearings needs a raise.
And somebody else comes and touches it. What are you doing? Who's gonna break the record with that one?
Now I think their fidget spinners are used for like sensory items, things of kind of like that nature.
There's all kinds of fidgets. Yeah, that probably started the whole thing. It was actually probably for that purpose of an actual medical thing. People are like, hey, these idiots are pretty easily entertained.
I noticed the guy without disabilities keeps playing with it too.
Maybe he's
silly.
He's got some though.
Yeah,
maybe
he's self-identified.
We'd like to talk to you.
Yeah, can I take these with me? You got one? I remember it became almost like a pin for a business. You would get fidget spinners that had people's
information,
advertisements, and work information on it.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What are you saying? Sir, this is a job interview. All right. Put your fidget spinner down. We need to talk about your Tide Pod eating. Shit. Sorry, you guys find that?
Do I still have some? Sorry.
Oh, you ate some today? God damn.
Just give me my milk. I'll get out of here.
Yeah. I just like to eat them now. I got addicted. All right. This trend was similar to planking. I don't think it wasn't nearly as popular, but it was out there. Owling.
Oh, wow.
Owling. Everybody decided to just crouch down and, like planking, would do this in the most ridiculous thing. They would sit on random objects like an owl and act like they discovered comedy. Social media in the 2010s was basically collective carbon monoxide exposure. Yes, I would agree.
Who
with
would do
this.
it? Who would do it?
Yeah, but it was like, I think people would just be recording something and pan over to an idiot somewhere that they shouldn't be, sitting there like an owl. How that became a trend, I don't know. But again, like you pointed out, we are easily amused characters. And I'm sure way too many people watched way too much of those. So finally, in our viral dumb trends from yesteryear, how about parkour?
Parkour.
Parkour.
You can't hear it and not yell. Parkour.
Mandatory. If you were doing parkour or pretending or just stepping over a crack on the sidewalk, parkour. It was made so popular that they made a very funny segment on Office.
This is parkour. Internet sensation of 2004.
Here it is. Truck to refrigerators to dumpster, 360 spin onto the palace, backflip gainer into the trash can.
Yeah, gainer! Yeah!
Parkour!
Parkour!
I'm right behind you, Andy! Come on! Yeah!
Parkour.
Google and look at it. It's hilarious, parkour. But this is by far the most athletic. If you are truly parkour, which it would entail running, jumping, using anything and everything to jump off of. The crazy ones would be like on rooftops or parking garages and, jumping and rolling and like, holy shit. So you could easily watch a lot of these videos and be like, dang, that was impressive. But then you'd have these idiots that were like about 100 pounds, easily overweight, and they just like parkour, jumping off just everything,
jumped over like a parking stop.
Yeah,
parkour,
and then they hurt himself.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a Faces of Death version of parkour. Like, parkour.
That was half the reason people kept watching. It was like, oh, I know this ton of bricks is about to go down. Parkour.
There's some crazy videos out of people just running, jumping off the most random shit that shouldn't be jumping off of. But hey, whatever. Parkour.
Hey. Yeah, I'll admit, I still walk down the hallway sometimes and out of nowhere I'll just yell, parkour, jump over.
Didn't you inadvertently do a parkour, Brett, and jack up your ankle?
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's on another episode. So like and subscribe and check them all out. But I definitely did parkour down a train set of stairs. There's way too many there. And I parkoured the shit out of my ankle, giving myself an extremely painful strain. Wish it was broken. That's how bad it was. And it's
It would have
still
been hilarious if when you landed, one of your buddies yelled out,
parkour. I'm like, shut the fuck. I did not parkour. Oh, I saw you.
Brett, you all right? Parkour.
You parkour.
Parkour me to the hospital.
That was hardcore parkour. Parkour. Okay, all right. So wrapping up this episode of Welcome Distraction, the internet started a revolutionary communication tool and somehow evolved into humanitarian live streaming its own decline in real time. Yes, yes. And the terrifying part is somewhere out there right now, someone is inventing the next trend that'll make millions of people say, yeah, I should probably try that. So thanks for joining us here on the Welcome Distraction with the Kemp Brothers. I'm Brett.
I'm Chris.
I'm Nick.
We'll see you on the next episode. Later.
Parkour.